Welcome back to the Old Coin Doctor channel. It's your guy here, the Old Coin Doctor here, bringing you all the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And one of the things we can see right here is that old coins basically have been seeing a big push to the downside right here in the month of November, except few coins like Rain, Zcash, and ICP, right? So some people have been asking, is the bear market about to happen, or are we in a bear market? And I'm going to be showing you 5 reasons why I believe we could see altcoin season in 2026, and that could be the biggest of them. Also, sit tight and let's jump in. So the first reason why I am very bullish going for altcoins into 2026 is that the Fed QT is about to stop, right? So basically, the Fed is about to stop quantitative tightening. As you can see this from Reuters, the Fed minute show board support for ending quantitative tightening. Now, let's read this together, right? As you can see, the Federal Reserve decision of the last month is to announce a looming halt to the drawdown of its balance sheet earlier than expected, drew broad support from central bankers in minutes from the late October policy. Basically, they're going to stop removing money from the economy. Basically, that is what's causing the dump, right? Quantitative tightening. And finally, it is going to end, and we're going to see a pump in the market. So that is going to end in December, exactly by December 1st, going into 2026. We should expect some sort of massive bullish push in the altcoins, right? For cryptocurrencies in general. So also we're seeing right here, another news coming right here. This is from the Silicon Valley Bank. As you can see, the Federal Reserve ends QT, key market and liquidity insight, right? This is basically saying that the Fed will likely use the reserve management chases RMPs in the coming months to help maintain the liquidity without affecting long-term borrowing costs, basically used for quantitative easing. What this is basically saying is that in the next few months, we could see the Fed begin to pump money into the economy, basically starting QE or quantitative easing. And this is very bullish in the market. And I'll show you later on why this is very bullish, right? That when we see QE, it basically means there is much more money in the economy, and we could see the prices of altcoins begin to see a push to the upside, right? Also, another reason I'm very bullish right here for 2026 is Trump, right? Trump is flirting with the idea of a $2,000 tariff check. So remember the last time we got $2,000 checks right there in the US, there was a lot of push to the upside. That was in 2020 stroke 2021. A lot of people got those C19 checks, and then we saw a massive push to the upside right there in the crypto market. Now we're seeing Trump saying he's going to give $2,000 to every single American by mid 2026. This could be very bullish, as we are seeing. Probably we could see that this is Axios reporting that. And so if we see that by mid 2026, that could add to the fuel for the altcoin season, and we could still see higher price targets right there for altcoin. So everything is shaping up for the push to the upside. Now let's switch over to the chart. The chart is also saying we could see another altcoin season. Now, this is the chart for the Bitcoin, right? And I just want to take you to the last bull run. Now, one of the things we saw was a 35% pullback to the downside. Now, take note, this was 35%. Now, can you see when this happened, right? Basically, this happened exactly on January, and after we saw that pullback of 35%, we saw a push to the upside. Now, I'm going to show you why this is very important. This is very important because immediately we saw that pullback in January. As you can see, what happened to the altcoins? This is the total true or the altcoin market cap. We saw a massive push to the upside. Altcoins went as high as 600%. As you can see, that is the exact period where we saw the beginning of altcoin season, right? And that is exactly what is happening to Bitcoin right here at the moment. Now, if we just push this chart, as you can see, Bitcoin had a 35% push in 2021, January of 2021. This exactly in January was when we saw the altcoin season push. As you can see, January, we got that altcoin season push. Now, exactly, can you see what is happening? Exactly 35% pullback again. So it's safe to say that we could expect another big altcoin season to happen again. Now, so this, sometimes the chart doesn't rhyme. And exactly as you can see, this is not a coincidence. 35% pullback. We see a push to the upside, and that exactly was the period where we saw altcoin season. So some sort of massive explosive push. Exactly the same thing is happening again. We have seen a push to the downside from 126,000 right there to about 80,000, which is also a 35% pullback, and so which probably is telling us that we could see a massive big altcoin season that could happen for the price of altcoins going into 2026. Another reason we are very bullish on altcoins, take note, all of these are just giving you reasons why we probably, with a very high likelihood, could see a big altcoin season in 2026. Is that we have a new Fed chairman, right? So this is from Investopedia. As you can see, changes coming in for the Fed and interest rates as new year, if the frontman gets Paul's job. So basically, Trump's ally, as you can see, Trump gets to nominate a new replacement for the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, whose term expires in May. Take note, this is also mid 2026 when Trump is about to give the checks, right? So we could see that happen from from March to about May 2026. And one of the things, the new Fed chairman's name is Kevin Hassett, right? So Kevin Hassett is a front runner for the next Fed chair, and this is someone that favors rate cuts, right? So Trump wanted rate cuts, as you can see. Kevin Hassett, the front runner, let's get this here. Kevin Hassett, the front runner to become the next Fed Reserve Chair, is likely to push for the central banks to lower rates. So, as you can see, we are talking about the rates decision again, which we said in the beginning that the rates could bring back a big boost to the market. And I need not remind you what usually happens when we when we cut the interest rates. As you can see, when we cut the interest rate, we usually see a big or cut, it falls a crypto rally. So, as you can see, usually when we see the Fed cuts the rates, as you can see, it weakens the dollar, we see more borrowings, and then we see a confident investor. And as you can see, asset prices are booming, which means crypto and altcoins see a massive rally, right? So a lot is building up for 2026, where we could see a massive rally, not just in Bitcoin, but in altcoins, and we are rallying towards an altcoin season. So this is not the time to be bearish. This is the time to be loading up for the last rally, which we are going to see in 2026. Now, last but not the least is this chart right here. We said every single time we always saw an altcoin season, right? We said an altcoin season was proof that the top was in. It happened in 2017, happened in 2021, and 2026 is not going to be a difference. And how do we know altcoin season is going to happen? We said Bitcoin dominance, this is the chart for Bitcoin dominance, has to fall to around the 39 region, right? As always happened in the past. As you can see, it happened in 2016 to 2017, happened in 2020 to 2021, and 2025 to 2026 won't be a difference until we are still going to see one last push to the downside. That is going to show us that that is the top for the Bitcoin dominance right here, and that is a push for altcoin season. So we are very bullish, and we continue to expect higher prices for the price of altcoins, especially going into 2026. And that is my thesis for the video today. If you like the channel, please do not forget to click on the like button, click on subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed week ahead.